What's goody, everyone? Welcome back to our must starts of the week, week 11. So, can we talk about our QBs?
Yes.
I'll start with mine.
Right.
Okay.
So, I was talking about him in the fantasy video. A little bit of Justin Fields. I did want to also talk about Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. He did come off of a bad week last week. He's still coming back from his injury. He didn't put up a whole lot of points last week. But I'm just here to remind you, don't worry, because this week I feel like is his bounce back week. Mm-hmm. He's gonna go out there and perform. He's shown everybody what he can do. He can throw the ball deep. He has targets. He has DK Metcalf. I feel like this week Russell Wilson should be doing his thing. And then for Justin Fields, I feel like looking at his rushing upside. You know, he carries the ball at least 15 to 16 times a game. Just based off of that volume alone, it really puts him up to get himself a higher floor. You
Rushing touchdown, question mark.
He could easily.
Yeah.
He doesn't really throw the ball down the field well. That's kind of been his issue all year. Mm-hmm. He hasn't been able to connect with Darnell Mooney deep down the field because they do give him stuff over the top. But with that being said, I feel like Justin Fields should get you up to like 20 points this week, 25. But also, don't be surprised if he blows up.
I could see it, especially with the way he was used the last game.
Definitely.
I could see it. I said this in the podcast. It looked like they were playing more to his strengths instead of putting him in a position where it's like he can't really succeed. Yeah. So I could definitely see Justin Fields having a solid game this weekend.
Definitely.
You want to get into yours or should I get into mine?
I'll get into mine real quick. I'm feeling Derek Carr. And some people might be out on him because of the Raiders' struggles. I mean, he did have that abysmal fumble against the Giants, and then the Raiders just got blown out by the Chiefs. But
he did get you 25 fantasy
He did
points.
get you 25 in that game in a blowout. Mm-hmm. And there was a point in time where Derek Carr was just matchup proof. It didn't matter who he was playing. That's when everybody was talking about him being an MVP candidate. Mm-hmm. But I think you could be comfortable putting him back in there, to be honest with you. When he's on, he's deadly accurate. He just drops it in. You can drop it in a bucket from 50 yards. One that's out there, Cameron Newton. He did have 2 touchdowns on 4 plays. So you give him 16 plays, he's probably going to have 8 touchdowns for you.
You ready?
Yeah, for my start of the week, I actually have 2 starts of the week for the quarterback position. My first one is one that could possibly be out there on the waiver wire. I personally picked him up on the waiver wire this week. Ryan Tannehill versus at home against the Houston Texans. I think this is a great matchup for Ryan Tannehill. Obviously, they lost Derrick Henry, so they're going to be leaning on the pass a little bit more than normal. Mm-hmm. Here, Ryan Tannehill averaging 21 points a game, and Houston allows the 9th most fantasy points a game to the quarterback position.
I like that.
So it's a good matchup. They're going to be throwing the football. Obviously, they got pass catchers, A.J. Brown. They have Jeremy McNichols, who's a solid receiving back.
Back.
Honestly, even without Julio, it's not like Julio was lighting the world on fire. But and they've been without him before.
Yeah.
And Tannehill's still been solid. And against Houston, I mean, it's literally a great matchup. It's a great matchup. And he's at home.
My question is, can you put in a Jeremy McNichols highlight in there?
I'll find one.
Let's go.
I'll find one. It's like a nice 10-yard reception out of the back.
Cuts up field.
Out of the backfield.
He gets lit up.
No, he just gets a nice first down. That's it.
Yeah. He just walks off the field.
Yeah.
Wide receiver time?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So, running back. We'll do running back.
Oh, yeah. All right, then.
So,
actually, I want to do mine first. My one and only running back start of the week is second-year running back on the Green Bay Packers, A.J. Dillon. He's playing against the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. So, obviously, Aaron Jones is going to be missing some time due to injury. So, A.J. Dillon has a prime opportunity to have a great game this week. Mm-hmm. He's going to get most of the backfield carries, like large percent of them.
It's probably going to be
like at least 85, 90% of the carries
easily
go to A.J. Dillon. So he's on a good football team. He's going to be getting goal line touches. Mm. He's going to get touches all around, everywhere. He's A.J. Dillon.
Yeah,
that's all I have
He's
to say.
A.J. Dillon.
So, and I'd like to bet on that a little bit. With Aaron Jones being out, A.J. Dillon, his value just skyrocketed immediately.
Yeah.
He's a good running back and a good offense. And that's a recipe for success.
Let me use examples from other situations, right?
What's that?
So, let's just say the Titans situation where Derrick Henry goes down. There's Jeremy McNichols, Deonta Foreman, Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
All three of those guys are guys who are like,
okay,
we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a dart throw. Who's going to get the carries? Who's going to even get the most of their carries? Are they going to look good? Are they going to run the ball well? A.J. Dillon is a young running back who they selected high in last year's draft. And we've seen flashes of A.J. Dillon. He's a beast.
He is.
He's a beast. He's just going to bulldoze through people.
My guy for this week is David Montgomery. Like I'm saying, I'm liking the Bears. Not necessarily liking the Bears that much.
The Bears.
But I'm liking their skill players,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
David Montgomery,
Yeah.
in his game, in the game against the Steelers, he looked like he was healthy.
Yeah.
And that's what's good. He looked healthy. He looked like he was ready. He was hitting the holes hard. He was on the field for, like, almost every single snap. They've turned away from Khalil Herbert and, what's his name, Darrell Williams? No. Damien Williams. They've turned away from him. So, and now it's the David Montgomery show, and I'm 100% for that. I feel like this week, you're expecting him to hopefully have up to, like, 15 to 20 points this week.
Yeah, he can get that.
Very
He
easily.
can for sure
Scores a
get that.
touchdown, gets a 100-yard game, few receptions on the passing game, dude. You're set up, and you know he's versatile.
Yeah.
And sometimes
That's
they
the
don't.
thing to me, his versatility. So in this matchup, there's a good chance that the Bears are going to be playing from behind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he can be game scripted out.
No.
He's still going to be in the game if they're trying to catch up, even if they're ahead. If they're ahead, he's going to be getting a lot of carries, many carries.
Exactly.
If he's behind, they're going to be targeting him in the passing game. So there's no way that he gets game scripted out, which is a huge positive.
Yeah. So, Cameron, you're running back?
Yeah, I just went Damien Harris with mine. It's completely matched up base, as we discussed with the Atlanta Falcons defense a minute ago. Now, the big question with Damien Harris, though, is considering how the Patriots look just fine without him the previous week, how much of a factor is he going to be? But considering the matchup, I wouldn't be surprised to, see him go out there and give you, his normal 10 points, Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're rocking with? Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's 100%.
Yeah,
Hopefully he
that's
comes
the
back
thing,
100%.
also that as well. Health is everything.
I think he can hit pay dirt for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're banking on a touchdown, maybe 2 if you're lucky. Wide receiver time?
Wide receiver time. You want to start off with your wide receiver?
Yeah. I went with Hunter Renfrow for mine because we're just riding the hot hand. I mean, he was a little touchdown dependent last game, but he can go out there and give you he can get you 60 yards for you, which is not bad at all. Now,
60 yards,
yeah.
5 receptions, and a touchdown. That's a Hunter Renfrow.
And a touchdown. Yeah, that's a great game for Hunter Renfrow. That's why he's in my flex. All right, but
that's fantasy.
Yeah,
that's Hunter Renfrow right there.
That is Hunter Renfrow for you right there. Although I don't really expect him to score a touchdown because he scored one in the last 2 games, so that's gotta stop.
No, it doesn't have to stop.
Well, it doesn't have to. But if I were a betting man, which I'm not, but if I were a betting man, I would put it on him not scoring a touchdown this week.
They play Cincinnati, so
they do play Cincinnati.
Who's your guy?
My real start of the week for the wide receiver position is Elijah Moore at home against the Miami Dolphins. So Elijah Moore, obviously, he's been on a little hot streak right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of people are picking him up. A lot of people are playing him. The last 3 games, averaging 15.3 fantasy points, which is really good. And then, if you think about it, for a Jets receiver, I mean, I wouldn't have thought any Jets receiver would be getting 15.3.
No.
Any Jets player.
I know. And then in this matchup, Miami Dolphins, they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. So it's a good matchup. The Jets are going to be throwing the football. Joe Flacco starting. We saw last week Joe Flacco and Elijah Moore have a solid connection. He targeted Elijah Moore a lot when he was in the football game last week. So I think Elijah Moore is super safe this week, and he also has some upside. I think he can get to that 19, 20-point range.
So my guy for this week is Deebo Samuel.
So
I was looking at it, and did you guys see that Deebo Samuel was getting touches last week as a running back? He had 5 rushes.
End arounds.
Yeah, he does. So I'm looking at it, and Deebo Samuel carved up the Rams last week.
That's the thing. I want to make this point. That's a good thing. that I love about the 49ers is that they find ways to manufacture touches for their star players.
That's fact.
Yep.
So they're going to make sure their players get the ball.
And a lot of teams don't even do that.
They don't.
So Deebo Samuel, when they make sure that when he's in the game, it's most of the time they're looking his way. You know what I'm saying? He's their number one option. And he caught 2 touchdowns. And last week he just looked like a star on the field.
Who's he playing?
He's playing Jacksonville.
Oh.
So it's a great matchup against a great, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a great offense.
Great matchup
offense.
against a great
offense, great player, great matchup,
all that good stuff.
great fantasy points, hopefully. Should we get into our tight ends?
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
You first.
All right. My tight end start of the week is a player that, if you haven't seen my video, must add players for week 11. Go watch that. It just dropped today, the day that we're recording this on Thursday. And this player was in my must add video. It's Dan Arnold. And this week he's playing against the San Francisco 49ers at home in Jacksonville.
Let's go.
The last 3 games since their bye week. And so now, take this into account, right? Dan Arnold was a Carolina Panther. And so, middle of the season, he gets traded.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
And since their bye week 3 weeks ago, it seems like they've made an adjustment to get him more involved. He's averaging 8.3 receptions in the last 3 games, which for a tight end, 8 receptions.
That's decent.
That's a good chunk.
It's really hard to find that in a tight end.
Yes.
In the last 3 games, he's topped 60 yards. So he's not a guy who's just going to be touchdown or bust.
Yeah.
He's getting you 60 yards in the last 3 games. He's getting targeted. He seems like he's one of Trevor Lawrence's favorite targets. So Dan Arnold, to me, is super safe. And if he's on the waiver wire and you want to stash a tight end or just have a tight end that you can play, I think Dan Arnold is a really good option for you. So, yeah, Dan Arnold is my start of the week for the tight end position.
Let's go. Cameron?
Yeah, I went Hunter Henry for me. Bill Belichick loves his tight ends. The Falcons' defense is Swiss cheese. Good red zone threat. I mean, tight end was a little difficult for me because I think we can all agree tight end is like the most thin position in fantasy.
By far.
Yeah, if you ain't got Kelsey or Waller or at this point Mark Andrews, you're kind of hurting. You're hurting at tight end. So at Hunter Henry, I mean, it's a good red zone threat. You know, you're kind of counting on him to get that touchdown.
If there's one tight end I want to play that I'm not sure on, if I need a tight end, Hunter Henry is that guy. If I'm one of those players who doesn't have a tight end and I'm streaming tight ends every week, Hunter Henry to me is a perfect option because he's got a high touchdown percentage. He's on a solid offense and obviously great matchup this week, so I agree.
For my tight end, I have Zach Ertz as my start of the week.
You went with him.
I went with Zach Ertz.
Against the Seattle Seahawks.
Against the Seattle Seahawks. I'm liking it. I'm liking the volume I'm expecting from this game. I'm expecting a lot of passes thrown. Hopefully Kyler is back. And Kyler tends to look Zach Ertz way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kyler likes him. And
that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. When you have a quarterback that throws your tight end its way, like they throw the ball at the tight end's way, guess what?
They throw your tight end its way.
Okay. So we're going back to Zach Ertz talk here.
Yes.
And I'm hoping he hits pay dirt this week. You know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a good 65-yard game and a receiving touchdown. Definitely. That's my fearless forecast for him this week.
Fearless forecast.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go 4 receptions, 65 yards, and a receiving touchdown.
Yeah. Definitely in the realm
respectable.
of definitely in the realm of possibility.
Yeah. That's very respectable.
Okay. Well,
anyways,
thank you guys for
that's
watching.
pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll let you do the outro.
So with this video, we're hoping to have some clips in there. We're all gonna do our part and send highlights this guy's way, so we can try to edit it in his way, because we want to put out some bangers for you guys.
Yes, sir.
So I hope you guys have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you guys are watching this. Please go hit that like and subscribe button. This is gonna be a for sure banger. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later.
Yep, we're out.
Peace out.
Peace out.